Safety, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please, Carol.
Mayor Sheets.
Present.
Greg Miller.
Present.
Jim Skinner.
Present.
Okay, next we have the minutes from the February 10th, 2025 regular meeting. So let's start with those, and then I'll have you talk about the others, okay?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of February 10th, 2025 of Board of Public Works.
Aye, second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, next we have the revised minutes. So do you want to talk to us about that just a little bit, Carol?
Yes. So I've gone back and reviewed the last few meetings, and we've made some small grammatical clarity type of changes. There's no content change at all, but I wanted to bring those back since it was substantial enough that I felt like they needed to be seen again.
And can we do that all in one motion? Okay.
Yes, as long as we put in the meeting minutes the dates that we are approving.
I'll make a motion that we accept the revised minutes for 11/25/24, 12/9/24, 12/30/24, 1/13/25, and 1/27/25 as presented.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, claims. There they are, right over there, yep.
Mayor, I'd like to make the recommendation that the claims be approved as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, were there any public comments? Did anybody see anything? Anybody want to say anything? Okay. Department reports, Police Department, Chief Shoemaker.
All right, real quick, I sent I think one or two emails last week. The first one, I'd like to have the board accept a resignation of Sergeant Freddie Martinez that was submitted on February 21st, 2025. His letter thanks the city for his 4 to 5 years as a police officer and has been grateful for the opportunity. I'd ask that the board accept that, and as for me, I respect his decision and I thank him for his time here at the City of Frankfort Police Department.
Mayor, I'll make take Chief Shoemaker's recommendation that we accept the formal resignation of Sergeant Freddie Martinez from the Frankfort Police Department.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay.
And also, we had like 16 applications for the part-time code enforcement officer, so probably be another a couple weeks before we move
Okay.
on that.
That's good.
That's good, though. I like to hear
Yeah.
that.
So we ended that just today.
Okay.
Also, I guess for the record, since you and Carol are on the pension board of the Frankfort Police Department,
Yes.
we're doing our 3-year pension election, and it's supposed to be done in February every 3 years. So we're doing that for our members. So
Okay.
that started. The ballot's been made, and they're voting on it over the next week. So.
Okay.
The last thing is, I sent you an email last week, and time on this one's of the essence because there's a grant involved. Detective Josh Danner and our crime scene investigator Keisha Head, found this opportunity. It's called Data Pilot, and what that does, as you see, is faster evidence collection on scene. Jim Skinner would know that at times when a victim has some evidence on their phone or a witness, if you're a witness to a crime or a victim of a crime, we have to take your phone, and that's a big deal for the victims, for us to take their phone. And so this device will allow our officers and investigators to quickly grab under consent of the owner of that phone to remove the information or clone it to our device, and we were able to give the victim their phone back. The last thing is somebody's a victim of sexual assault, to have us take their phone, which could be for weeks or months, depending on where we're at on our forensic software at the police station. And so I'd ask that the board allow me to sign the grant. And I think I sent you two attachments. I'm sorry, and I just noticed today the other one was for a canine program that was the wrong The wrong. Didn't need to add that. If you look at the last page, the total package is $12,785. The grant will pay $5,790 of that, leaving the city with $6,995. And we have approximately $9,000 in seized assets from the DEA from a case. I think it's been probably 2 or 3 years. We haven't spent all that.
Okay.
And so I'm asking that the Board of Works allow me to sign this document so that Data Pilot can move forward with working on that grant. And if the grant's successful, then we would pay our match.
I'll make a motion that we accept the program as presented and assign Chief Shoemaker to sign for the Data Pilot so they may get a grant, and the city's responsibility be for $6,995.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, you have that approval.
I appreciate it, and that's all I have. Thank you for letting me bring that up tonight.
You're welcome.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
I think that'll be a great thing, though, for the department, because you've been having to take our things to other departments and with time involved, and
Yeah, we have the new Cellbrite that the prosecutor's office helped us
Yes.
purchase, and then you guys allowed us to do the annual through the council budget. But this, instead of taking the phone up to the station all the time, we'll be able to do it right there on the scene.
I think it's
and-
great.
And give the victim their phone back so they're not traumatized, you know. I mean, these
Right.
phones mean a lot to us, you know.
that's right.
So,
Yep. Okay,
all right, thank you.
thank you. Okay, Parks Department. Ryan, what do you have for us?
Tonight, I was going to do you some updates on some employee changes to start out with.
Okay,
We moved Brandon Iman. He is from construction labor to a park facility ground supervisor. That was started on the 17th.
okay,
Ellen Osborne is moving from part-time zookeeper to a full-time zookeeper on the 17th. Zach Cook went from full-time zookeeper to a part-time labor on the 17th. Devin Henry was moved to code enforcement today on the 24th. And then Emily Gray will start March 3rd.
okay. And
On
she's
that.
working on all the paperwork and all that, okay,
Yes.
okay.
And then I was wanting to get approval from you guys to hire 2 part-time laborers.
Okay.
I make a recommendation.
Can I ask something just
Yeah.
real quick? Okay, so it is 28 hours at,
$16 an hour.
okay, since now we have that variation, let's make sure that we put that in there, so
Okay.
16.
16, yes.
Thank you, because we
Okay.
do need that for
Yeah,
the
okay.
minutes.
I'll make the recommendation from Ryan Edgar of the employee changes as he's recommending and when they took effect, and also the hiring of 2 part-time laborers at $16 an hour for 28 hours.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, you have approval on all this.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the next thing I have is...
Now, with those changes, you will have a laborer open
Yes, one
or no?
full-time.
Full-time.
One
Come-
full-time laborer, okay. And is that advertised right now, or, okay?
Yeah. The next thing is Gina Carson would like to rent Shelter 1 on April 26, 2025, and the cost for that is $40, and she is wanting it waived because they said they will not need no help there at all.
Okay, is that the autism?
Yes, for the autism.
What's the date on that again?
The 26th of April.
Okay.
Do I have a motion for that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that she gets that Shelter 1 on April 26, 25, and we waive the $40 fee.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, you have approval.
Okay. Next on the list is approval for a canning class at the concession stands on March 1st at 10 a.m. by Sandy Brennan. I need an approval for that.
And I believe this is part of Danielle Eason's
Yes.
plan. We currently are under, that contract with her
Through May.
through May.
So do we need will there be a separate contract for the canning class through her? Or is that something does she have to give approval to that?
So what's your thoughts on that?
So is she requesting the canning class?
Yes.
Okay. So
But
if
it's going to be taught by somebody else.
okay, but she's in agreement and it's her, under her purview. I think that since it's under her purview, I don't have a problem with it falling under our contract as long as she is involved in the process. If we just had some random person do a canning class that she had nothing to do with, then that I think we would need a new contract. But I think for this, we're fine.
We did have another class that was a cookie making class that she oversaw as well. So I think this is her plan, is to bring these different classes in.
I'll make a motion that we accept the application for the use of the concession stand for a canning class on March 1st.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, and if she wants to sit down and talk to us sometime, just let me know and we can figure that out, because she had some other ideas she wanted to talk to us about with the concession stands and moving forward,
Yep.
so, okay.
Great.
Okay, next on the list is Mary Lynn Peters is organizing for the Frankfurt Market for this summer through the months of May through September on the second and fourth Saturday, weather permitting.
I'll make a motion that we accept the application from Mary Lynn Peter for the Frankfurt Market for the second and fourth Saturdays, May through September.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, you have approval for that.
Okay, last thing I have for you guys tonight is the We Care Gala is winning a family pass for 5 for the raffle. The cost will be $250.
Yeah, that's the cost of the.
The value.
The
Value,
value.
yes.
Yeah, the value of that. And so any proceeds made off of that would go to We Care. Yeah,
Good program.
yeah.
Yeah. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we do the We Care Gala $250 raffle card pass for 5.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, and do you have a way to help her, or a contact or whatever to take care of that? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, is that everything?
Yep, that's it.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
That wasn't
Thank
too
you.
bad.
Oh, there was some mention someplace along the line, I forgot to talk about it, was a lawn roller that the Commons has asked for, or what was the deal that it's, did you send me an email on it? The golf course?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry about that. I did get an email back. So the golf course is wanting to know if we can donate our roller that we've had probably in the back of the weeds for the last 10 years. They contacted me, probably the last 2 or 3 months, wanting to know if we could donate it to them. I did find the city tag for it, but I didn't know if that's something that we can move forward and see if that's something we can do.
Since it's also-
Yeah, are they they're not a nonprofit, are they?
I don't think so.
Okay. So,
But we own the equipment there.
we own the equipment for the golf course. I mean,
Yes.
so we could let them use it as far as, I don't know that we could donate it, but we could let them use it.
And let them store it over at their facility.
Yeah, because we own the equipment, that's no problem. But donating, generally speaking, we can't donate unless they're a nonprofit, and I don't think they are, so.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
All
okay,
right.
thank you. Okay, HR, Carol, are you going to talk to us about that?
Yes, there was a slight change in the job description for the Director of Planning and Housing Initiatives that was noticed that needed addressed. And if you look on page 2, it mentions in the secondary job functions, the 4th item down, and/or city engineer building inspector as part of the other related duties, and that needs to be removed. So that's the only change. That should be highlighted on your copy, hopefully.
It is, yeah.
That whole section there?
Just that.
Just the
Okay.
words that I said,
Okay.
actually, the
Yeah.
and/or city engineer / building inspector.
I'll make a motion that we accept the new description with changing for the Director of Planning and Housing Initiatives as presented.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, and you'll see that change is made then on the
Yes,
job
I will.
description. Okay. Now, are we going to bring up the sick information tonight?
That is up to you. We certainly can if we want to get that
What
going.
to do about the sick policy? Do we want to go ahead and look at that? Yep. So we were having some discussions on the sick policy, the way that it currently works. So we were going to, for some reason, I can't find mine. Carol, do you have yours?
Mine's buried here. Let me see if I can lay
he's
hands
got
on
it.
it here.
So in our policy, the way that has read in the past is if somebody took a half a day sick or 2 hours or 3 hours, they lost a full day of being able to accumulate again. So we would like to change that to where if they lose 3 hours, that's all that they could not accumulate during that next month. So, of course, there's a cap on that of 240 hours. So it would never be any more than 30 days. But that would be a change that was brought to my attention, and I didn't know if you're interested in making that change or not. I did not realize that if somebody just took off a half a day, that they lost a full day of their sick, so.
Well, it makes sense if they take the hours, that's the only thing they lose.
So we switched it to hours for sick time and then the way that it's calculated.
Okay.
And our HR department is behind this and supportive of it.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we agree to this modification of the new sick policy for the city employees, and eligible employees will be credited no more than 8 hours per month and up to 240 hours sick time.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, and then will you just change, well, HR just changed
We
that whole
will
section.
change the handbook. We will update the front page with the most current date as of today, and we will get that posted online.
Okay, if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me or HR or Carol but I think that's going to make it much clearer and much easier to track, so. Okay, Greg, you can have that back now.
I just found mine.
Oh, you did? Okay. Attorney Alicia, what do you have for us?
So I have a couple of things. The first thing is for CCMG. The state wants us to get our information prepared prior to being awarded the grant. So that way, if we are awarded the grant, we can go ahead and move forward with it pretty much immediately without having to wait until we have another meeting. So we haven't yet been awarded a grant for CCMG this year, although in the past we have traditionally gotten those. But just as a preparation measure, I have an invitation to bid prepared. Once we get awarded the grant, if we do get awarded the grant, then I would fill in the dates and times when we would have the bids, come in and all of that. And then I also have a scope of work and specifications for the projects that would be done during this CCMG session if we did get the grant. So what I am seeking tonight is just approval of the invitation to bid and also the scope of work and specifications, so that way once we if we do get the grant, we can go ahead and move forward and get that published right away without having to wait for a meeting, as that is what the state would like us to do.
So this is a new procedure put in place by the
Correct.
state?
Yes.
Correct?
And I don't think it's a requirement, it's just a highly recommended. So we went ahead and did that at their request.
But we already submitted the application.
Yes.
They
Yes.
acknowledged that they received it.
Yes. Yes,
So now,
that-
just before they'll approve it, they want to see us.
Right. So the application was submitted at the end of January. I think it was like January 26th. And typically they make awards 30 to 60 days after that application is submitted. So I'm expecting that we'll hear back from them anytime. But they have, they want everybody to be ready to go for when that grant is awarded. So that way you don't have to wait any longer. The other benefit of doing it that way is if you get the bids out, the sooner you get them out, the less busy the contractors are and the more competitive prices that you'll get. So it works out well for the city to do it that way anyway. But yeah, I would expect that we would hear anytime between now and the end of March whether or not we're awarded. And then I've spoken with Brian about this. He's looked at it and he's comfortable with it. And as soon as we do get the go-ahead from the state, then we would just work together to figure out what dates we would accept those bids by, and then we would get that published in the newspaper and all of that good stuff.
So we need to approve that.
Yes.
Bid notice
And the scope of work.
and scope of work. Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept the invitation to bid and the scope of work and specifications for CCMG as required.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, that's been approved. So
Thank you.
You'll work with Brian then to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. As soon as he hears from CCMG, he's going to get in touch with me, and then we'll figure out the appropriate dates and get it published in the newspaper and all the requirements that we're supposed to do to get that bid process started. So.
Okay, thank you.
The other thing I have is Envoy reached out to us, and what they would like is for the fire station, they want the utility accounts to be in the city's name, but then Envoy would pay for those until the time that it's turned over to the city. It makes it a little bit easier when the transition happens, because then the city just takes over those payments as opposed to having to switch it from Envoy's name into the city's name. In order to do that, they needed a letter from the city stating that we would accept the, we would take the utilities essentially and put them in our name and then transfer them once that was all completed. And so they needed that letter last week, so we're just asking if you would ratify that letter so that that can occur.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we agree to ratify the letter to ensure that the utilities are in the city of Frankfort's name out there for the construction project until it's complete.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay.
Alrighty, thank you.
Do you have anything else?
No.
That's it? Okay. Unfinished business. Anybody have anything? Anybody have anything out there? Okay, new business, approval of conflict of interest forms. Carol, do you want to present those to us?
Yes, we have received 2 additional conflict of interest disclosures, one from Marisol Douglas and one from Justin Spears, both employees.
I'll make a motion that we accept the conflict of interest forms, one for Justin Spears and one for Marisol Douglas as presented.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, those conflict of interest forms have been approved. I think we are going to table the cottage watchman. Is that correct? Are you okay with that until we have more of an opportunity to figure out which way we want to go to upgrade the system here at Old Stony? Next, we need to ratify Street Superintendent Jason Forsythe's resignation. We forgot to do that at the last meeting, but he's resigned to go to a new position in Whitestown.
Mayor, I'll make the motion that we ratify the resignation from former street superintendent Jason Forsythe.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? Kimberly? You have nothing for us? Okay, I'll take the motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming. Wow.